Whether it's a lager or an ale, whether it's a stout, light, dark, or pale. If you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews. He's not quite an amateur, not quite a connoisseur, but regardless of the brewer, he's got taste in beer for sure.
You can tell just by his gut, this guy is a bona fide beer nut.
So whether it's a porter or an IPA, whether it's from Europe or the USA, if you can brew it, Chad can review it. It's time for Chad's Beer Reviews.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. If you saw recently, I went down to New York City, got a whole bunch of beer I can't get here in Albany. And we're going to start with the 21st Amendment Brewery's Brew Free or Die IPA. As you can see, it's like Mount Rushmore with Abraham Lincoln like breaking out and like a tidal wave behind him. I don't really get that. Abe Lincoln wasn't big into beer. Let's see, it says IPA with a solid malt backbone and hoppy flavor, 7% ABV, 70 IBUs. And what's interesting is that this brewery is out of San Francisco, but the cans are made in Cold Spring, Minnesota. So that's like, what, 2,000 miles away? And I just looked on their website, they're only in like 14 states and they're scattered all over the country. And it was $2.29 for this can, which is actually a pretty good deal if you think about it. So, I don't know if this is going to be a West Coast style, East Coast style, Midwest. I don't know. It's kind of funny. The breweries on the West Coast, the contract breweries in the Midwest, and I'm here in the Northeast. So, we got all three sections of the country in one beer review right now. Well, that is a bright orange color. Pretty clear. I don't see any, particulates in it. It's just a little bit hazy. Nice carbonation in there. Got about 3 fingers of head there. It's pure white, kind of frothy looking. Definitely smells more on the West Coast. I'm getting the citrus, the kind of tropical fruits, maybe a little bit of flowers in there. So let's see how it tastes. Yeah. Definitely kind of in the West Coast style. As soon as it hits my tongue, like I'm getting bitterness, but I'm not getting like absurd bitterness because there's like a lot of flavor there to match it. You're getting, just like with the nose, you're getting kind of tropical fruits. This is more of like an orange citrus than like a grapefruit. And like a little bit of like, actually like the mango, guava, papaya type tropical fruits in there. It's not just all, citrus acidity or whatever. One thing I noticed in the bigger IPAs is I'm starting to get like kind of like a green tea kind of flavor on them. It's like a hoppy iced tea kind of thing going. It's like a green tea, maybe even a black tea would be more accurate. Because you're getting, and they made a point of saying here that, solid malt backbone. So I think that's where a lot of that flavor comes from. You are getting kind of like a subtle sweetness so that it's not just absurd bitterness. Probably put it at about medium bodied. It's not quite crisp. As far as carbonation goes, it looks like it's completely tepid already. So it's not like crackling on the tongue or anything. But it's definitely not thin either. There's, in the head, which is hanging around, like as soon as it hits my lips, it's like giving it like a ever so slightly creamy texture, which is nice. I'm just going to chill out with this for a little while, and we'll come back with my final thoughts. Alright, final score for the Brew Free or Die IPA. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. It's a good beer. Not quite as robust as I prefer in an IPA. Doesn't really particularly do anything new or interesting or whatever. I mean, but as a beer, it's, it's good. The taste on it is nice. You're getting, mostly kind of orange citrus, a little bit of green or black tea in there, because It's definitely one of the more maltier IPAs I've had. 𝗕𝗿𝗄 is good. It's a perfectly medium mouthfeel. Not as crisp as I would prefer, but it's not sticky or you know, resiny or whatever. Not overly sweet. There's like a little bit of sweetness in there from the malts. So this is more of like a beginner or intermediate IPA. Actually, this drink's more like a traditional pale ale. You know, if I was drinking this blind, I might almost put it, guess that it was a pale ale. But you know, that being said, it's a good beer. Not sure if I wouldn't pair this with like anything particularly super spicy or whatever, but you know, probably like a good generic burger or steak dinner kind of beer. Yeah, so 7 out of 10 for the Brew Free or Die IPA from 21st Amendment. That does it for this episode. Thanks to you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's Beer Review. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.